Hello and welcome to Kansas City. Hopefully, you guys all had safe travels and made it safe into Kansas City. I've seen lots of you out there are checking in and practicing, so we know you've landed and are here and ready to go. Today, we're going to do this captain's meeting in a different format. We're recording it offline, off-site, so you guys can just watch this on YouTube and not have to worry about crowding into a giant room with 1,500 other people. So here we go. We're going to run through this. It's going to be a pretty quick presentation for you guys today about important information you need to know about the tournament this week. So again, welcome to Kansas City. We are proud to have Kansas City as a partner of this event. We've come back many times and hope to come back in the future. So please take good care of the city and get out and take care of the items that are going on around the city. So a couple things we want to talk about. New roster process. We're doing the same roster process that we did last year. It's new to our tournament. Teams are responsible for having that physical roster that was printed and handed out to you at check-in. So do not plan on showing up to your match without that roster. If you do, you're going to be finding your way back to championship desk to get you a new one for the low cost of $20. More information, your coaches, any coaches or team reps must be on that roster or they're not going to be able to sit on the bench. So make sure that that's done ahead of time. You should have done that at, last week when we did final roster verification. If there are any number changes that need to be made at this point in time, there is a $50 roster change fee. You're going to have to go to championship desk to get that done, and a new roster will have to be printed for you to take to your courts. So make sure you get that done and don't forget those rosters. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about the tournament format. This is a tournament format that we've been using since the inception of this tournament in 1985. So we've held true to it. It's called a follow the seed format. There are 4 rounds of the tournament, as you see in the flow chart here to the right. It's also in your tournament packet when you checked in. First round is pool play. As you see here in the first round, everybody gets slotted into 4 team pools. Easiest way through this tournament is if you win that, you get to skip the challenge round and go all the way into your championship flights on day 2. If you get 4th, you're also skipping that challenge round and going into your consolation pools on day 2. The most intense matches of the tournament are these 8 a.m. matches on day 2. It's our challenge round where if you were a 2 seed or a 3 seed and the pools were seeded in a manner where someone didn't get out where they were supposed to, then this is where you can also escape and get back into your championship pools on day 2. So day 2 pools are 3-team pools, as you see here. And the results of those on the championship side, you get first or second, you made your way into the 16-team gold bracket. If you get third in that championship pool on day 2, you're going to go into the silver bracket. And then the consolation pools, first goes into silver consolation, second goes into the bracket appropriately as the arrows are showing here. Couple of things that we want to talk about in each of those. We're going to skip over this slide. We'll get into the tie breaks on the pools here in just a minute. The schedule, as you see, that schedule, that format that we were just showing you, you're going to be able to access through AES. Everybody should have already seen the QR codes. Click on that AES schedule. AES is going to show your entire schedule for you. It's going to show your work schedule. It's going to show your play schedule, your future schedule. It's pretty easy. If you have any questions, you can come to tournament desk. Someone will walk you through that. As well as when you're looking at your schedule, the best way to look at your schedule is if you click on the teams, find your team and click that team link, and it's going to show you everything you need to know. There's some times when teams get a little impatient and they don't know what their next work schedule assignment or play schedule assignment is. Guys, give the referees just a few minutes to get the score sheet entered or get it to championship desk, and then it'll update that schedule for you. So just be patient with that. You'll see it update as soon as those results are out there. This is a little bit more about that team schedule. Like I said, find your team list and then click on that link here, and it'll take you into exactly where to read your schedule. You see here, you've got your play schedule, you've got your work schedule, and any future schedules, depending on how you finish, you'll be able to see there. So that's how AAS works for you. Let's talk real briefly about tiebreakers. As we just went through the format, you see that on day 1, it's 4-team pools, and the way we do tie breaks for 4-team pools. If there is a 2-way tie in a pool, That's easy. Head to head. You've already played each other, so we know who the winner is. If there's a three-way tie, we have a couple different scenarios that we can talk through here. The only way we're going to have a playoff match in a 4-team pool is if your pool standings turn out like this. There's one team that's 3-0. There's 3 teams that tie 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. In this case, we are going to require 1 playoff set. Pool ranking statistics will rank these 3 teams. The highest ranked team will officiate a 1-set match between the last 3rd and 4th place team in that pool. We do this because one of those teams is not going to make it to challenge round, and so this is a possibility of them not getting to gold. This is the only scenario we will have a playoff. In this second scenario you see over here, there's a 3-way tie, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1. Nobody in this case is getting eliminated from gold. Therefore, we are just ranking the pool how you end up with ranking statistics, and you move forward appropriately. So that is round 1. That's the 4-team pool day when there's a 3-way tie. Okay. Day 2, when we go into the 3-team pools, the only possibility of a 3-way tie is everybody ties 1 and 1, 1 and 1, and 1 and 1. We are only playing a playoff for the championship pools. If you're consolation pools, we're going to rank it by pool ranking statistics. Championship pools, the same thing. We're going to, 3 teams are tied for 2 positions. Pool ranking statistics will rank the order. The highest ranked team is automatically going to advance and officiate at 1 25-point set between the 2 remaining teams. Okay, so this is how we do our tie breaks in these scenarios. This is what the pool ranking statistics are. Set ratio is number 1. Then we go to points ratio. If 2 ratios are tied, you always want to go with the higher ratio. And we mentioned earlier, if there's any scenarios where there's 2-way ties, it's head-to-head. So that's what pool ranking statistics are used. And finally, we cannot emphasize enough on this, is that playoff sets will occur immediately following the conclusion of the pool. No exceptions. We may move you to a different court, but they're going to be played immediately after the end of the pool. Please do not leave the venue until you are certain that there's not a tie in your pool. If you can't be located, you're going to forfeit your match, and the other teams will advance. We've had scenarios year after year where a team just doesn't think that there's a tie. They leave, we can't get a hold of them, and we have to forfeit them, and it's not a fun experience for anybody. So please don't leave if there is a possibility of a tie in your pool. Okay, so that's tournament format. Hopefully everybody understands that. It's a pretty cool format, and we like it, and we've stuck it with it year after year. A couple of general announcements. Wristbands, you all got them at check-in today. You either got a red one if you're a coach or a blue one if you're a player. You must keep track of these wristbands. Please do not lose them. Do not leave them in your hotel, because you will not be allowed into the facility. If you get there and you don't have it, you'll be turned around and sent back to the hotel, or your other option is you buy another player wristband at the same rate as a day rate. So it's going to be $15 at the ticketing booth. So keep track of those. If for some reason yours breaks, keep it. Don't throw it away. Just bring it back to the ticketing area, and they will replace the one broken. You have to give them the broken one, and they'll give you the one replacement. So you got medics and trainers. They're on site. Look for the great big red tent. It's right at the opening, right at the entrance of the facility, so you can't miss that. A little bit about boomboxes, guys. Boomboxes, stereo speakers, rolling music device, whatever you want to call them. Here's the deal. We're going to let you have them. The protocol is they will be on the spectator side by the ref stand, not the baseline. You may not interfere with an adjacent court, so control your volume so that it's only in your court area. And the first time we hear any explicit language or profanity coming out of the boom boxes, we will suspend them for the entire tournament. We will send a text message out to everyone saying this is the team that got them suspended, so don't be that team. You guys have already seen the apparel. You've walked by it. We got lots of cool stuff. We also got some sponsors in the vendor area. Make sure you stop by and check that out. Moving on, championship matches. You guys probably have been told or communicated. You've seen it on social media, Instagram. We are doing our majority of our championship matches at T-Mobile Arena this year, which is down in the Power and Light District. So those start at 1 o'clock and go through the final match at 8:30. There are a handful of matches that are going to be played in Municipal Auditorium, as you see them here. So that's what we're doing. That's new this year. We're excited about being in T-Mobile. Couple things about championship matches. All tournament meetings, make sure you check the handouts. If you're in the gold bracket, there is an all tournament meeting for every division. It's following the championship match, and the schedule, like I said, is there for you to check that out. We will be sending reminders out to everyone so that they can see that. There will be security check at the entrance for championship finals. All bags will be checked. No cups, no Gatorades, no water bottles will be allowed in. So there it is. This is a professional arena, so they know how to do security, and you will be turned away at the door. So please don't come with anything there. We're doing live webcasting. We got a former club alumni from Purdue who will be doing those matches for us. That's going to be exciting. He does a really good job, as well as all your courts throughout the tournament will be on Baller TV if you want to send that back to anybody who's not able to make it. Back to the all tournament teams real quick. Any players who are selected first, second, or first or second all tournament, you're going to be able to pick up your awards as soon as your meetings are done and those have been announced. There's going to be a place in the convention center you can pick them up till 5:30, or municipal auditorium. Or at T-Mobile, you'll be able to pick them up if you have a later championship match. Next year, just reminding you, next year, we announced it last year, we are moving back to the West Coast. We're going to Phoenix, Arizona. So you guys will be excited about that. Hopefully it'll be sunny for us when we get there. And I think that's the end of the tournament format video. So hopefully that answers questions for you guys. And make sure you get this to the captains and coaches that they are seeing it. Good luck. Have a great tournament.